Rafael Nadal has suffered yet another straight set semifinal loss in the 2019 clay court season, losing to Dominic Thiem in this year's edition of the Barcelona Open. Now, Rafa played noticeably better than in his Monte Carlo loss to Fabio Fognini, but I'll tell you why it still wasn't enough to be victorious here on Grand Slam Tennis News today. At the beginning of the match, Rafael looked very solid being aggressive and stepping into the court. It definitely was different from the passive game plan he had against Fognini. Both him and Dominic had strong opening service games, and at 2-1, Rafa had his best opportunity to break as the score was 30-all. At this point, Rafa hit a good approach shot, came in, and had a put-away volley, but he just tapped it in, giving Thiem the chance to go on the offensive and passed him. The same thing happened at 30-40 as Rafa had a good chance to be effective at the net, but was too tentative. If he had won those 2 points, the match would have been an entirely different story. Throughout the entire match, Thiem had a lot of depth and spin on his backhand and used his shot to go to the Nadal backhand. He then hit to the open court Nadal forehand to keep him off balance. He was also able to dominate on serve due to Nadal's deep return of serve position. Dominic was able to take an offensive approach and asserted his aggression. At 2-all, Rafa started to frame some balls going down low 40 and ended the game on a double fault. Thiem would go on to have a routine hold, and at 4-2, he had 4 chances to go up a double break, but Rafa was able to fight them all off. Thiem was still able to keep the 1-break advantage, winning the first set 6-4. Rafael continued to have a hard time on his serve in the second set, while Thiem was more or less breezing through his. Rafa couldn't get away with his subpar service games forever, as in the 5th game of the set, he lost his serve. Like in the first set, Thiem would continue to cruise through his next 2 service games and also had another chance to break for a 5-2 lead. It was not to be though, as he would be forced to serve up the match himself at 5-4. In this game, Nadal began to force himself on top of the baseline and be much more aggressive. This change worked, giving him a 40-love advantage with 3 break points. Thiem himself then changed as he made sure to make more first serves so he could put himself in a better position to be more aggressive. Dominic played excellent for the remainder of this game, coming in on almost every point, and it was nothing Rafa could do to stop the Austrian. Now, while this match was fairly competitive, the scoreline could have easily been 6-2, 6-2 if it were for some errors from Thiem. Rafa struggled a lot more than his opposition on his service games, as he only won 43% of his second serve points. Domi won 69% of his. Thiem also did a lot better in the return of serve department, as he was much more aggressive than Nadal. This strategy worked as he won 41% of his, while Rafa only won 26%. Lastly, Thiem's game plan of stepping in and challenging the Nadal backhand with a tremendous depth was very effective, as it prevented Rafa from hitting his dangerous short angle backhand. While Nadal isn't playing as well as he did last year on clay, Thiem definitely deserved to win. He was the better player and took more chances than Rafa. Though I'm sure this loss is disappointing for him, Rafael can take solace in knowing that he is slowly getting into form week by week. That's all for this match analysis. Do you think this loss will signal a steady decline for Rafa, or do you agree with me that he is steadily getting his game back together? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below and subscribe and click the notification bell so that you get notified whenever we post new content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you here next time on Grand Slam Tennis News Today.